Hey gang, what's up? Jonas here, and in this video I want to show you a follow-up, so to speak, of the last video I did on effects. So if you remember correctly, what we did in the last video is actually figure out how we can really quickly swap in our template effects from our effects library into a completely new show. And one thing that always annoyed me about that is that I just couldn't really quickly modify some aspects of my effects live. I didn't really want to edit everything, of course, but maybe the direction, the number of wings, blocks, and so on. And so in this video, I want to show you a really quick and easy way of how you can actually make your slots where you have different effects loaded, where you can modify those slots just slightly, just a little bit, so you can have even more control over how you use your effects library. I was actually just on a vacation, and so I want to give you a little taste of that because we actually saw some really beautiful nature. Nature is the one thing that inspires me the most, I want to say, just because I'm always interested in how can we make movements and sort of phenomena from nature visible in our lighting, and how should we do lighting differently, just so it more deeply reflects what we know from nature. Anyways, here's a short clip from that. Hey guys, we're in Ithaca, New York State, and we just found these gorgeous waterfalls. I made some slow-mo videos of it, so you can enjoy it in its full beauty. Oh my god, this is so great. This is just breathtaking. I love nature like that. And I don't care what kind of lighting fixtures Roby and Martin and Play Pocky will bring out in the future. They will never be able to match that. I think we're always trying to tell the story of that, but that can't really be surpassed. I'm hoping you were able to see some beautiful nature like that as well this year. So back to the video. Bye. And we're back in Berlin, back to making videos again. Super excited. So vacation was really great. Was really good to get things into new perspective, and I'm super excited to be making new videos for you guys. So let's stop with the talking. Let's jump right in. Just a recap really quickly. So the gist of the last video was essentially this. You want to set up your slots, and these are selective effects. And then you also want to bring your own template effect library. And if you haven't already, really check out the forms editor to create your own look and feel for your effects. But that was the gist of it. Build your own custom effects library, just because it'll bring your own style to every show. And then I'll show you some really quick ways of how you can load your complete library into a new show and then use it in an instant. So essentially what we did there is employ a little trick, and that is during the show, what you can do is go into the blind mode by long pressing B over here. Then you can select your fixtures, select an effect, and then store that on one of your slot effects. And if you then click override and exit the blind programmer again, like so, then this slot effect that you previously exit or assigned to an executor now contains whatever effect you selected there. And that has served me really well, just because I was really able to create effects that I really like, and then only bring those. And I didn't really have to recreate so many effects all the time, but rather was more of a compilation process of figuring out, okay, what effects do I really want to use here? So now what I want to do next. You can see here, this effect has this really sort of low energy vibe to it, which is great. But next up, what I wanted to do, like one thing I would get annoyed with is, for example, the effect always going in the same direction. And of course I could go in here and now, I guess, edit the slot effect. But I mean, I don't know, that takes quite a bit of time. So I wanted to have something more snappier. And this right here is what I came up with. So essentially, let me just show you real quick what it does. So I have my 5 effect slots over here. And what I did is I set up these macros, assigned them to an executor button, made sure that direct action is enabled. And now I can just sort of shift the focus of what effect slots I want to manipulate with these sequences down here by hitting one of these buttons. So we got a nice little chase over here. Now we got slot number 4. So just hit slot number 4 and now, oh yeah, that's much better. So now we can see that we can, with these simple sequences and a simple tap, sort of completely change the look and feel of our slot effects, which is really cool, I think. And since these are sequences, we can always, and with OnPC it's always a little trickier, I know, but if you have physical keys there, you can always go minus and then actually go back in these options. And what you could also do is even hit select, and then you got it on this nice little executor thing over here. The separate, I'm not even sure what that is called, but like the one with the 2 faders and the big go plus, go minus, and pause buttons. So then you really have some nice control over here. And what started as a really simple chase now is a completely different beast entirely. And we can also always use the go to command and then just go back and kind of have it calm down a little bit, right? So that's essentially what I built. And I want to show you in this video how I built it because it's really simple. And truth to be told, I thought about building a plugin. And I think if you want to build a plugin for that, what would be nice is that whenever you have a slot and you change the groups and the blocks and the wings and so on, you could actually store that. And whenever you switch to a different effect slot, you can always just go there and kind of recall what values you had. That would be really cool, right? And if you want to learn how to do that, then go ahead and sign up for my plugin course down in the video description. It's something I'm currently working out. So I'm currently preparing the script for that, and I'm going to start filming in the next 1 or 2 weeks. Really excited about that. The course will be available online. It will be a paid course, but as I said, go down in the video description and fill out the form, and you will be the first to know about it as soon as it starts going on sale. More on that in the very near future. So this solution, however, is not plugin based. It's actually really damn simple. So if we look in here, the slot effects that we use here are 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And so essentially what these macros do is they always set current effect slot to the number, right? Really dumb and simple, love it. And then at the same time, they reset the effects options. And if we take a look at that macro, oh my God, it's way too simple. Let's go in here, hello, there we go. So essentially what it does, it resets all my executor buttons. So no big deal there. It's such a dumb and simple solution, you know it's got to be good. All right, so now if we go into these sequences, essentially what I did is I gave these some good names. The option that I'm manipulating up here is up in the sequence name, and then down here we have the different options that we set. And are you ready for this? This is all it takes. So essentially we're assigning an attribute to these effects. And if you want to know more about that, go ahead and check out my really old video of hacking your show files. So you will see how you can actually find out what parameters you can set, in this case, for effects. So that's direction for you. Blocks, same thing, man. In this case, though, what I did is I used the queue number, and then that's the corresponding amount of blocks or number of blocks that I'm setting here. So again, we're just setting the attribute blocks of the currently affected or selected effect slot. Same with wings. See over here, again, queue number equals the number of wings I'm setting here. And that's really cool because then if you go through here, you don't have any information twice. You just see, all right, 7 wings and that's it. So it's really sort of fast for you to process. And then with width, I actually went in here and set the queue number to whatever width I'm setting. And again, you can see that back here. It's so straightforward. It shouldn't be allowed to be even a video on YouTube. But I think it's important to remind us that sometimes the easiest solutions are the best. And I think this is one of them that is super simple. So again, effect slots, we hit the one that we want to manipulate, and then we can essentially just go in here and completely change the look and feel of this effect. And all we did is essentially set a variable up here that pointed us to the effect number that we wanted to manipulate. In this case, slot number 1. And then what we do is we just assign different options. And that was all sequences that I named accordingly. And that's it. So again, let's take a look at direction. If you want to build this for yourself, these are the values that you want to use for direction. All right. Groups. This is what you want to use for groups. So between 0 and then whatever number you want. For blocks, you guessed it, it's just blocks. And then whatever many blocks you want. Let's take a look at the wings. Oh my God, the big surprise. Wings. Right. And then lastly, width. I mean, wow. Big surprise there, Jonas. And that's it for this video. It's really not that much to it. I mean, it's a bunch of sequences with some very, very straightforward commands. But again, this is sometimes all you need. And I think it's a good reminder to remember that every now and then. And that's really all there is to it. I think sometimes the easiest solutions are the best solutions. And quite honestly, if this solution feels almost too dumb to like make a video about, then you know it's a good solution. So go ahead, copy this all to your liking. You can even add more options to it. And again, like my ideal option would be actually to be able to select different slots, and then the options that I last set for that slot will actually be made visible. So I don't always have to reset the whole options for that effect. Could make it a little more seamless. You know what I mean? So if you want to learn more about that, then please go ahead and subscribe for my upcoming Lua plugin course. I know it's been a while since I sent around the form initially, the feedback form, but now it's actually happening and I'm super excited about that. So sign up for that if you want to be the first to be notified about it. And other than that, as a YouTuber, I'm obligated by law and by my non-existing contract with YouTube to remind you to subscribe. So please go ahead and do that. And I'll see you next week for the next video right here on my channel. My name is Jonas. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.